Hi, Tom King from krockfootball.com.au reporting for Geelong Regional Football. And it doesn't matter where you look this weekend, there are good games in the Bellarine, and the big one is Anglesey and Geelong Amateur down at Alcoa Oval. Of course, a draw when they last met back earlier in the season. But Amos, they sit on top of the ladder, 6 points clear, but they have a tough final 4 weeks of the season. They play Anglesey and then they play the 3 other teams inside the top 5 on the run home. So there's still no certainties to play finals despite being on top of the ladder, 6 points clear. If they are to beat the Roos, they will play finals under Kane Tenase in his first season in charge and continue their wonderful record. They haven't missed the final since 2012 at Geelong Amateur. Anglesey, on the other hand, after last week's loss to Torquay, all of a sudden become vulnerable. They've got Amos this week and then they've got Barwon Heads next week. It's a big fortnight for Paul Nigro's men. Lose this one and they'll probably find themselves outside of the top 5. Torquay taking on Ocean Grove, and you would think the Tigers will start favourite in that one. The other big game is Drysdale and Mottawarri. Drysdale last week on the end of a bit of a touch-up from Barwon Heads in the end, and the Hawks will look to bounce back quickly. They did play a tight one out at Community Bank Oval against the Warriors earlier in the year. It was 7 points in favour of Mottawarri on what was a scrappy afternoon. It's a big game for both sides. The winner into the top 3. The loser, well, they've still got to hang on inside the top 5. It's an entertaining finish to the season. 6 teams fighting for 5 spots. It's going to go right down to the wire. The final game of the round, Port Arlington and Queenscliff, and Newcombe and Barwon Heads. Port and Queenscliff, plenty to play for the Cooters. Luke Orvis will play game 200. He had 198 coming into the season, but has been sidelined through injury. Came back last week, kicked 4 goals in the narrow loss to Geelong Amateur, and he will be looking to have a big one, and the Cooters will be looking to have a big one for one of their favourite sons. Newcombe and Barwon Heads. Can Newcombe go one better than what they did to Barwon Heads earlier in the year? The margin was 13 points, with the Seagulls coming out on top, but Newcombe were far from disgraced. They'd love to take a scalp in this final month of the season and get to 6 wins. Can they do that? Might be a little bit tough. The Seagulls do have plenty to play for. Another big weekend of Bellarine footy. It's an exciting season. I'm Tom King.